Debunking this person's trash debunk to Fairytail's cosmology, more specifically my video scaling Fairytail's cosmology because some bot on the server kept pinning it to everyone without actually coming to debate me himself.
So friends, how are you? In today's short video, we are going to do a comparison of Goku with the entire Fairytail cosmology. It might feel like this is unfair, but no. By the end of the video, you will understand just how broken Goku really is. So without wasting time, let's start this video. Goku's scaling we have already done multiple times on our channel. So first, I want to talk about some scales of Fairytail. I will not go too detailed into Fairytail cosmology, but I will debunk some of its major wank scales. If we start from the beginning, the Fairytail universe has been called infinite, which easily scales it to high universal level. Then the Fairytail multiverse works somewhat like Dragonball. It has infinite timelines, and obviously each timeline has a separate space-time continuum, which scales Fairytail verse to multiversal plus level. Right, so these were some basic scales, which I also agree with. But now, look at this 5D scale. I call it 5D, but some people even call it outerversal. It is called a transcendental magic world.
Literally nobody argues for outerversal length. Deadass nobody.
But we do not know if this statement means it transcends space and time or not. Without proper context, we cannot call it 5D.
Yeah, that's just a blatant straw man to my argument. My argument is that since Earthland is infinite in size while having infinite magic, in order for Elenter to have more magic than Earthland, it would need to be bigger than it, so it can encompass more magic, therefore having more space for the magic to flow. And being bigger than infinite 4D would make the thing that's bigger 5D.
Then, in this verse, a transdimensional power also appears, which again, people argue is 5D, but they ignore the fact that it was called an alternate dimension and a different dimension. This is just like how every time extra dimension does not mean transcendence.
This is what you call a fallacy of contextimony. The argument is that it is referred to as a different dimensional world, and these different dimensional worlds are entailed to having different coordinate axes. Therefore, you can infer that when it is referred to as an alternate dimension, that it's in reference to its dimensionality. And also, transdimensional has two meanings, being crossing between two or more dimensions or crossing between two or more different dimensionalities. And given the evidence I proposed prior, it would be more parsimonious to align to the second definition in this context. So all you did was just strengthen the argument of it being baseline 5D.
And using this scan, people also say that Fairytail verse is high hyperversal because it has infinite dimensions. But they ignore the fact that the word array was used, which represents linear data, not any type of transcendence.
Linear means being arranged in or extending along a straight line or nearly straight line, but what you're ignoring is that linear has more than one meaning, and the second meaning can be directly indexed to a hierarchy of dimensions, which would again be more parsimonious to align with given my prior evidence.
So Fairytail fans must prove that it was infinite spatial and temporal. Transcendence.
It just needs to be spatial transcendence or whatever.
Then Fairytail fans call star memory outerversal because dreams become reality there. So that place is non-physical. And non-physical things are outerversal. First of all, being non-physical does not automatically make you outerversal. If we start proving outerversal with this logic, then every fictional character with non-physical interaction would become outerversal.
Wonderful, another straw man. Nowhere in my video, nor does anyone claim that star memory is outerversal because dreams become reality. Genuinely lock the fuck in. And first of all, interaction scales nowhere, so that interpretation you just posited lacks all valuable aspects that would need to be let alone relevant. Second of all, something can't be deemed as false just because it would be deemed as true for all else. Please learn how to formulate an argument. And third of all, my argument isn't that star memory is outerversal because it's non-physical, but rather because it encompasses memories of celestial spirits, meaning it encompasses what these memories portray being abstract space and time. And this is consistent as star memory in Fairytail is based on star memory wave master, which is a world that is the embodiment of memories while also transcending space and time, which can be inferred in this case to be transcending space and time on the conceptual level, given what I indicated prior, and due to how it's non-physical, therefore it wouldn't be off-dimensionally extinct. So no, my argument isn't just that star memory is outerversal simply because it's non-physical.
Second, how does making dreams real prove it is non-physical? Most logically, what is happening is that dreams are shown physically there.
That would go against it encompassing and being an embodiment of memories. We cannot be this slow, come on now.
So yes, this is not outerversal or higher dimensional at all. And bro, I really laughed when someone literally called a place where time stopped outerversal. My brother, time stopped there. It did not stop existing.
Saying it did not stop existing as a show scan verbatim stating it's between time is laughable. Anyway, it's also verbatim stated that normal time doesn't exist in Cronus world, with it being conceptually detached from timeless structures, and even further validated to being conceptual given how Alti was able to function within it.
Use some mind before scaling.
Ironic.
Well, then there are some mental and platonic things, which again are not outerversal.
And again, no one argues for this bullshit.
Now look at this scan. This realm is filled with nothingness. So if movement happened here without any hacks, then it would be outerversal, just like I explained in the World of Void case. But now look at the reality of why this realm was called nothingness. It was referring to immortality.
You're generally never proving that to be the case. It was referred to as nothingness, which follows with what we visually see indexed to the structure, and that is further justified by the fact that it lacks conceptual life and death, hence why beings that fall within it are neither alive nor dead but cease to exist entirely.
Well, many people also argue outerversal for this verse using this scan, but you can see that an outerversal realm transcends the concept of time. But here, what is happening is that the concept of time is being repaired.
Doubly concession, you show a scan that states a concept of time is trying to repair itself, meaning that currently the SPT is existing atemporal until time actually manages to repair itself, which will cause the SPT to cease to exist, which obviously wasn't the case, meaning that time hasn't succeeded in repairing itself, therefore the SPT is existing independently of time, hence being atemporal. And that scan is a mistranslation regardless. The actual translation just states that the SPT is beyond the concept of time. But I didn't really care because both translations still imply outerversal, which is further backed up by the fact that the SPT is aspatial, all being stated to transcending space. Therefore, you can infer that it transcends what it lacks, being conceptual space, and transcending conceptual space would be outerversal.
So from all of this, the mid-ball scaling I get for Fairy Tail is multiversal plus, and this verse has nothing higher dimensional.
Literally high dimensional in the first few arcs.
So here, not even immeasurable speed is possible, let alone irrelevant.
I'm highly convinced that you're illiterate at this point.
Now as for Goku, we have scaled him multiple times from outerversal to high outerversal with irrelevant speed. And you can find all those videos on this channel. But if we only need to defeat Fairy Tail verse, even 5D scaling is enough, right? So let me think which meta I should use today. Well, yes, I will downplay and use the afterlife meta. It was officially confirmed that in Super Saiyan God form, Goku was going to destroy the entire universe, including the afterlife. And the same thing was shown in both the anime and manga. So we can logically say that in Super Saiyan God form, Goku was affecting the afterlife. And the afterlife is a realm that transcends time and space, which was explained in the official Daizenshu Spanish version. Well, if I fully explain how time and space are transcended here, the explanation will directly end at outerversal. So that is why for today's video only, I will ignore the real scaling of the afterlife and downplay it to a 5D scale. So from all this, the ultra downplayed AP of Goku is still 5D, which is completely beyond the Fairy Tail verse.
Not really saying Natsu beats Goku, but let me play a little game real quick. The Astral Spiritus is a realm in the canon arc of Fairy Tail being the Celestial Spirit realm arc. This realm is a rift between the human worlds, which would include Elentir, which I proved to be an infinite 5D universe, and using container logic paired with high infinity reason, the Astral Spiritus would be high dimensional to Elentir, as a result of being bigger than infinite 5D, therefore making Astral Spiritus 6D. And if I were to try and substantiate onto a high end, it would be outerversal. The Celestial Spirit Beast then goes on to absorb the Astral Spiritus, and Natsu destroys the Celestial Beast. Therefore, his attack potency on the low ball would scale to 16, which is higher than where you scaled Goku, so take this as you will, I guess.
And for speed, Goku was moving in an erased timeline, where obviously the afterlife was also removed.
I already used Natsu moving in Cronus world scales, so I'll just use a different one. The world of Nil is a structure of nothingness and lacks components conceptually. Therefore, it would lack time conceptually, and Natsu was able to move in this realm, giving him immeasurable speed. Anyway, that's pretty much it. In conclusion, stop downplaying Fairytail.